All right, so to start with today, what is the big picture? This is the review for the cumulative. All right, the other big picture is headphones need to come out of your ears, and cell phones that are out on desks need to go away at this time. Not right now. All right, so this is the review worksheet, and it's got a whole bunch of things on linear programming. Well, that was last time. This time, the one we just finished, that was called matrices, and I've got them done, and I will give those back to you. So you're going to basically have a little more latitude to work today and tomorrow on this review worksheet and a Schoology worksheet. So this one is your assignment for today. It's got 8 questions. Try to get them done in class today. There will be an answer key. So I don't want to go back and review everything. I just want to review a few key things about these and a few key things about matrices. So I'll just have a couple minutes of review, and then you'll have a ton of work time today and tomorrow. And during that time, you should do corrections. Because if you do a great job on the cumulative, but you never did corrections, it won't count. It doesn't count as a retake unless you've done corrections. So you might want to finish those corrections today. All right, first question. What is that region called? Starts with an F. Feasible region. A ton of kids got the answers wrong on the test because they picked another point that wasn't one of the corners. Like there might have been another line that was running like this, and maybe this line goes like this, and they were like, I'll pick that one. You can't pick that one. That's not part of the feasible region. All right, of the 3 that I have, I gave you the pro tip that you would probably never use 0, 0. Even if it was minimizing costs, you would be building 0 units. And of course, if you build nothing, you'll have no costs. Okay, so you probably won't ever pick that one. Your answer will probably be one of these 2. And then it depends on your optimization equation. Those always are like profit is, and then let's say you get 2 for each X and 3 for each Y. But don't forget, these don't have a number for this. It just says like profit. If I gave you this, would you please figure out what's better? 75, 25 or 100, 0? You can do it in your head really quick. For each X, you're getting 2. Maybe this is $2,000 of profit for each X. For each Y, you're getting 3. I know which one gets you more profit. Do you? So I get 3 for each X. 3 times the 75. And for the 25, which is the Y's, those get, oops, I did it wrong. I get 2 for each X. And I get 3 for each Y. So this would be 2 times 75 is 150 plus 25 times 3 is 75. That is 225. If I just use this one, for each X I'm going to get 2 times 100 is 200. What's more, 225 or 200? Well, 225 is more. I'd make more profit on this one. That's just an example of optimizing and figuring out which one gives you the most profit. I'm going really fast because if I covered everything, it would take 2 full days and you wouldn't have any work time, and that'd be dumb. All right, defining variables. I was amazed how many kids didn't know what that meant. It just means like what's X and what's Y. That's all you have to do. That's not writing the equations. It's just telling me what variable is what. Sometimes we tell you, like we'll sometimes tell you by either the graph, maybe the graph is labeled with an X and a Y. If it's labeled, that's how we can tell you. Or in the problem, it might say that X is this and Y is that. But on this problem, it doesn't say. Whenever it doesn't say, like, you should use this for X and you should use this for Y, then I would recommend you look and see whatever they mentioned first, call that X. 50 ice cream sandwiches and popsicles. Okay, the first thing was 500. Ice cream sandwiches were the first thing mentioned. 500 is their total. So I'd make ice cream sandwiches X. And the Y must be popsicles. Write the constraints. Okay, well then the X plus the Y needs to be, what, 500 exactly? He's only able to fit 500. That means it's less than or equal to 500. That's a typical answer to a typical question. All right, let's move on. Next page. There's our stuff about matrices. I had a kid earlier tell me, I'm not sure I remember how to multiply them, so I'm going to remind you. Look at problem 3A, everybody. Would you agree this is a 2 by 2? And this is a 2 by 2. You check these two to see if they're the same. If those two are the same, then the answer will be this, a 2 by 2 matrix. I have a 2 by 2 answer. So I make Easter eggs that look like a 2 by 2. And then I ask myself, what's that spot? Pay attention, gentlemen. This is an R, this is row 1 and column 1. So this is row 1 and this is column 1. And the 2 times the 1, if you guys don't stop, I'm going to make it to put it away. The 2 times the 1 and the x times the y. A lot of people on their test said 2 times 1 and x times y. You missed one little important thing. It had to be plus. You can't just put them all together. That means times. 2 times 1 plus x times y. That's a typical how to multiply the matrices. Well, what about this spot? Well, that's not row 1, column 1. It's row 2, column 1. So you'd use row 2 with column 1. 3 times 1 is 3. Plus 0 times y is 0. So 3 plus 0 comes out to just 3. If you want more help on that, come up and ask during class. I'll happily remind you how to multiply. This kind of multiply is super easy. Everything just gets times by 3. It's called scalar multiply. And when you're adding them at the end, you just add this one and this one. Okay, down here, will these multiply? Well, I don't know until I figure out, is this a 3 by 2? Nope, it's not actually. And is this a 1 by 3? If it was a 1 by 3, then these would not work at all, but this is not the right way to do it. Try to figure out what they are, and remember the ones on the inside need to match. All right. Then down to here. If I was going to do this problem, I'd start with your times 7 on everything. And then I would add that matrix, because it's minus right now. I'd add that matrix to both sides. And you'll get A equals that. You just have to times in everything by 7 and then add that matrix to both sides. Plus this big matrix. All right, and here is a systems kind of question. Hopefully you remember you make a matrix for the numbers, a matrix for the x and the y, and a matrix for the last numbers. Then, if this is called matrix A and this is called matrix B, you always end by multiplying by the inverse of A on both sides. So it ended up being that. All right, there's my quick fly through. This worksheet, due tomorrow, get it done. Tomorrow I have a Schoology quiz, which is similar, and it's like a review of everything also, but it's on a Schoology quiz. Okay? I know the worksheet right this second says it's due on Thursday. It's not. It's due tomorrow. So get this done today. And then I'm also handing back tests, and you'll get a chance to do corrections. And that's all I got for you for today.